Exemption certificate, NYSC charged to declare what they found out about Finance Minister. The chairman, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor ITSE Sergey-san, has called on the NYSC to immediately release its findings on the status of Adeosun. Sergey said this during an interview with one of our correspondents on Friday. A former Director General of the NYSC, Brig. Gen Mararazu TSIGA, RETD, and a former Director of Mobilization, Antoniani, had said there was no way the agency could have issued a certificate of exemption to the minister since she was not qualified for it, having graduated below the age of 30. The NYSC had said it was investigating the matter but has kept mum for nearly a week. In his reaction, however, Sergey said the NYSC would need to clear the air as soon as possible to prevent speculations and further distractions. He said, to start with, without expressing an opinion on the validity of the exemption certificate or not, we have been preaching transparency in government operations since the time we came to power. As far as I know, Mrs. Adeosun is one of the best ministers we have ever had in terms of skills, transparency and accountability. She has excelled and she is a very valuable member of this government. But, I think the onus should be on the NYSC since she applied and got a certificate. If that is not contradicted, they should just leave her alone, but if it is contradicted, then there would be an issue to consider. So, as far as I am concerned, there is nothing against her right now. Yes, the NYSC should come clean since they have all the records. Let them come out with what they have so that the lady would be able to defend herself if necessary. In a related development, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria has urged Buhari to sack from his cabinet anyone found to have forged certificates. National Coordinator of HURIWA, Emmanuel Onwubiko, made the appeal on behalf of the group in an interview with Saturday Punch in Abuja, on Friday. According to him, members of the group are worried about the damage being done to Nigeria's image at home and abroad by the president's continued silence on cases of certificate forgeries, which is slowly becoming a norm rather than the exception among his appointees. Read also, PDP LL probe Buhari over Obacha loot. Second News. Onwubiko expressed sadness that the situation was beginning to give Nigeria a negative image. He said Buhari administration's tendency to accommodate persons with questionable academic credentials if left unchecked, would rubbish the national policy on education which is constitutionally enshrined, Section 18(1), in the Constitution. The human rights activist said, President Buhari has the task of relieving persons such as his senior special assistant on prosecution, Mr. Obono Obla, who has been indicted for using a fake West African examination certificate as confirmed by the issuing authority, which appeared before the House of Representatives recently. We recall that the West African Examinations Council on June 5, 2018, described as altered and invalid the results and certificate it allegedly issued to the chairman, Special Presidential Investigative Panel for the Recovery of Property, Mr. Okoye-Obono Obla, WAEC, whilst testifying before the House of Representatives ad hoc panel investigating Mr. Obono Obla's alleged forgery. WAEC Registrar, represented by the Deputy Registrar, Mr. Femiola, said available evidence indicated that the results were altered, and thus invalid. The current administration must desist from polluting the international image of Nigeria by tolerating many persons of questionable academic credentials who are working in the federal government of Nigeria when there are millions of highly qualified Nigerians from diverse fields searching frantically for employment. The silence of the current government to the cacophony of allegations of certificate forgery involving top-rated government officials shows that the corporate image of the country is imperiled, and if this silence and failure to act persists, then the rest of the world will see Nigeria as a country of certificate forgers. Think your friend would be interested. Share this story using any of the share button below. Down arrow, place your text advert below. Greater than 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 loading. Share your story with us via email, info@247nigerianewsupdate.co. Receive news via our WhatsApp. Kindly text 234,701-056-0394 to @u. Click here to join us on our YouTube channel for news update. Click here to join us on Twitter for instant news update, @247NGNEWSUPDATE. Click here to join millions around the globe to read news on our Facebook fan page for instant updates on Instagram. Click here, receive instant news update via our BBM broadcast D3EDEFDF.